Good day guys, it's Lack here, and in this video we'll be showing you guys how to buy and sell US shares here in Australia for absolutely free using the application called Stake. I will be showing you guys how to go ahead and sign up with Stake to then going ahead and buying your favorite stock on their mobile application or on their website. Also, if you follow all the instructions which I will be showing you in this video, both you and I will get a free stock up to $150. So now go get your laptop or your phone and let's get straight into it. So firstly, I will be giving you a rundown on how to actually go ahead and sign up for Stake and then going over all the cool features Stake has to offer when it comes to buying your first stock. So as you guys can see, now we're currently on the homepage for Stake. This is basically the website which you guys need to come on to actually go ahead and buy US shares or even trade US shares. So the URL for this is hellostake.com. So the current page we are on is basically like my referral page. So for full transparency, if you guys go ahead and use the referral link which is in description to go ahead and create your own Stake account, both you and I will be awarded with a free stock up to $150 US. So I would really appreciate if you go ahead and use that referral links. It will do us both some good. So now let's go ahead and create an account on Stake. So for us to do that, you go ahead and click on get a free stock. So as you guys can see, now we're brought to the Stake sign up page. Over here, you need to go ahead and fill in your email address, create a password and put in the referral code as it is. And then finally go ahead and click on I agree to Stake's privacy policy. And finally make sure that the region which has been selected over here is correct. So if you're based in New Zealand, United Kingdom or Brazil, make sure the right region has been selected for you guys. Otherwise, if you're based in AU, just keep it as it is. And after filling in your details, go ahead and click on register over here. As I already have a Stake account, I won't be creating a new one. I will just be using my original account for this tutorial. Perfect. So after you guys go ahead and create an account on Stake, you will be brought to this dashboard page over here. So as you guys can see, this has quite a clean look, quite minimalistic, which is something I really appreciate about this application or this whole website, that it's quite easy to use. So now I'm going to go ahead and explain you each and every single feature of Stake. So the first thing, as you guys can see, is the portfolio. So as you guys can see, this is all my portfolio right now over here. This shows basically all my holdings, which basically means all the stocks which I currently own, and it shows you the units, so how many stocks I have of this company such as Apple, and the average price. This basically means what's the average price I purchased that stock in. This last column basically denotes the last trading price for this specific stock on the previous trading day. And over here finally the value basically means the total value of that particular stock in your whole investment portfolio. And now let's take a look at day change and total change. So day change basically means the percentage change in the price of that stock. So if the price of the stock goes up in that specific day, it will be denoted in green color, and it will also have the percentage growth for that specific day. And finally total change basically denotes the change in the value of your investment since you purchased that specific stock or ETFs. And as you guys can see, this is again denoted in green color, meaning if the stock value has gone up since you purchased it, it will be denoted in green color. If the stock value has gone down, and that's why it's being denoted in red color. So this was a brief explanation on holdings and all the different values. So now once you scroll down, as you guys can see, this is a new section over here. You guys can actually check out this section to learn more about what's happening in the market at the moment. I would highly recommend to all the beginner traders to actually go ahead and read through these articles, just so that you guys are aware of what's happening in the market right now. And finally, as you guys can see, there's also a refer a friend section where you basically can go ahead and generate a referral code for yourself and then start sharing it with your friends to actually get free stocks. So you can do that as well. Now let's go ahead and click on watch list over here. And as you guys can see, this basically brings up a watch list. So these are all the stocks which are currently in my watch list. So very soon in this video, I will be showing you guys how to go ahead and create your very own watch list. But anyways, let's continue. So as you guys can see, this is basically my watch list, and these are all the stocks which I'm currently watching. You can actually go ahead and filter them by stocks or ETFs. So let's just click on stocks. And these are basically all the stocks in my watch list. Includes Fiverr, Amazon, Netflix, Teladoc, Visa, Berkshire Hathaway. So, and it also shows you again the percentage change in the stock price is again denoted in green if the price has gone up in that day, or denoted in red if the price has gone down. Perfect. So as you guys can see, this watch list feature is quite a great function for you guys to actually monitor all the stocks you're looking into. And now let's go ahead and click on markets. So as you guys can see, now we're currently on the market section of Stake. So this is basically where you go ahead and actually trade your stocks and actually buy them or even sell them. The first thing which you guys see is basically the graph of S&P 500, NASDAQ, DJI, and VIX. So this basically shows you the changes in the prices in the last one day. And as you guys can see, as of now, the price is currently in green. So you guys can actually go ahead and play around with these graphs. And finally, when you scroll down, you can see these market movers. The stocks listed in this market mover section are basically stocks which have either gone up quite drastically or gone down again quite drastically. So as you guys can see, this company called Leo Holdings Corp. the price went up for it by 32% just in last one day. And and on the other hand, this company called Nordstrom, the price went down for it by 29%. So this is a great list for you guys to actually check out and see, what's happening in the market. Again, this brings up, all the stocks which went up, and it's a proper list of it. And these are the stocks, which went down. And as you scroll down even more, you can see trending strategies. Again, this is a great way for you guys to actually research more on, in the stock market and, find out which stocks are a good buy. Now, let me just go ahead and, click on one of these strategies. Let's just say high paying dividends. You guys can see these are all the stocks which, which usually pay a higher dividend. So as you guys can see, there are quite a few ETFs on this list over here. Now let's just go back on the previous page. And finally, these are some articles which have been written by the team at Stake. So you guys can actually go ahead and, check them out. Okay, perfect. So now that you guys know how to actually go ahead and, research into different stocks and ETFs, so now I'll be showing you guys how to actually go ahead and, deposit money into your Stake account so that you can buy your favorite stocks. So for us to do that, you go ahead and click on this $ over here. So as you guys can see, you're brought to this page over here, which basically means this is basically your cash balance. So as you guys can see, I've got $748 right now. This is basically buying power. So this is basically all the money I have in my Stake account, and I can buy shares worth up to $748. And when you guys scroll in, you can actually see all the transaction history in your Stake account. So in my case, this basically shows you all the dividends which I got recently and all the dividend tax which I had to pay. Let's just say that you want to go ahead and deposit some Australian dollars into your Stake account. So for us to do that, you go ahead and click on deposit. Okay, perfect. So now you guys are brought to the screen basically where you select the amount which you want to deposit into your Stake account. So let's just say you want to deposit 500 Australian dollars. So this basically shows you the current forex rate at which Stake will convert your Australian dollars into USD, and then over here shows you the express fee, which is -$2, and it also shows you the forex fee. This is basically the fee which Stake charges to convert your AUD into US dollars. So finally, if I was to deposit $500 today, get 353 USD. So whatever amount which you guys want to deposit into your account, you can just go ahead and put it over here. And now you guys have two options to actually go ahead and fund that. So you can either go ahead and click on online banking /Poly, or you can even do a bank transfer. I personally just do online banking. And finally, you guys have this option to actually send your funds in an expressway, which basically means it will be transferred to you within 24 hours, or you can send it by a regular way. If you were to send it by express, you actually get charged a $2 express fee. So this express fee is based off the amount of Australian dollars you're actually converting into USD. So depending on your situation, you can just go ahead and select whatever suits best for you. For the purpose of this tutorial, let's just click on regular and let's just click on next. And as you guys can see over here, you're brought to this Poly page. Now let's just click on continue. Perfect. So as you guys can see, now we're brought to this Poly payments page. You guys can go ahead and select your banking institution. So whatever bank you're with, just go ahead and select this and then click on continue. So from here on after, this is quite a straightforward process, and it basically depends on the banking institution you'll be transferring money out of. So just go ahead and follow all the steps and procedure which I showed on the screen, and your funds will automatically be transferred to your Stake account. But for the purpose of this tutorial, as we already have funds in my Stake account, I won't be transferring any more money. So let's just click on cancel. But then for you guys, select your bank and then click on continue. Well, if you guys have liked the video so far, go smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. So hopefully you guys were able to successfully transfer money into your Stake account, and after you guys do that, your buying power should increase over here. So as you guys can see, I've already got $748. So now let's just go ahead and buy our first stock on Stake. For us to buy a stock on Stake, you go ahead and click on search, and over here you can type in the stock which you want to purchase. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I'll be purchasing an ETF called VOO. So I can type it in over here. So this is basically an S&P 500 Vanguard's ETF. So this is an ETF which basically tracks the top 500 US companies. And so as you guys can see, now we're brought to this homepage for VOO. So over here, there's quite a few things going on. So as you guys can see, there's a graph over here, which basically shows you, the changes in the price over last one day. You can actually go ahead and play around with this. So you can actually select week to see the price of this specific ETF in the last 1 week. You can even do month, and finally you can even click on 3 months, year, 3 year, depending on the time frame which you guys want to focus on. Finally, you can even go ahead and click on candlestick option over here, and this will basically show you the candlestick graph. So for all of you advanced traders who are looking to day trade using Stake, this is a great tool for you guys to actually implement and use. But for most of us, just a line graph should be enough. Now let's just take a look at all of these stats over here, and as you guys can see, this is basically the open price. So this basically tells the price this stock or this ETF was opened at. So in the case of VOO, this is $428. And as you guys can see, this also shows you the high. This basically means on that specific day, what was the highest price this specific stock or ETF hit. And finally, low, it basically means that the lowest price that specific ETF hit. Now let's take a look at 52 weeks high. Again, this basically means in the last 52 weeks, what was the highest price this stock or ETF achieved. So in the case of VO, it was $435. And then week low basically means the lowest price this stock achieved in last 1 year or 52 weeks, which was $333. And then you also have an option to take a look at the market cap of that specific stock. And then finally, this is basically the bidding price. The bid basically means the highest price a buyer is willing to pay for the specific stock, and ask basically means the opposite of that. So in the lowest price a seller is willing to sell their specific stock or ETF at. And volume basically means the number of shares of this specific stock which are being traded in the market right now. You can see over here, it basically shows you the dividend yield for this specific stock or ETF. So in the case of VO, the current dividend yield is 1.23%. And finally, it even shows you a PE ratio. So again, these numbers are a great tool for you guys to actually look into and research before you actually go ahead and purchase that specific stock or invest into that company. Now let's just go ahead and scroll down. As you guys can see, this brings up to the news section. This basically gives you a bit of more information about that stock. So this is another great way for you guys to actually research further into that specific stock by going through these news articles. And after you guys scroll down, you're brought to the section of analyst ratings and financials. And as you guys can see, these sections are currently locked for me as I'm not a Stake Black member. So once you sign up for a Stake Black, you actually get access to, analyst ratings or, financials of that specific stock. Like let's just say EPS and balance sheet. But for all the guys on the standard subscription like me, they don't be disheartened. There's another way for you guys to access this information about analyst ratings and financials. You can actually go on Yahoo Finance and you can access this information for completely free. So instead of paying for Stake Black, I just go ahead and use Yahoo Finance to access all this information. But once you guys scroll down, as you guys can see, this basically gives you a one-liner about that specific stock or ETF. So we already know what VO does. So this basically gives you a bit more information. So you can actually go ahead and click on read more and you can access a bit more information. It even shows the number of views and the number of people which are watching this specific stock or ETF, and the number of times it has been created, and a category section under which this ETF or stocks comes under. So again, this is a great information for you guys to actually access and read and research into before you actually go ahead and purchase that specific stock. And finally, before we actually go ahead and purchase this specific stock, I'm going to show you this one last feature of watchlist. So basically, if you want to add this specific stock or share into your watchlist over here, you can just click on this plus button and automatically this stock would be added to your watchlist. So now for us to actually go ahead and purchase a specific stock or ETF, we go into this section over here which says buy or sell. So you click on buy, and over here you select the order type. So as you guys can see, there are 3 different order types which you guys can choose from. You can select a market order, which basically means that you go ahead and buy that specific stock at the best price which is currently available in the market, or you can even choose a limit order, which is basically a set price at which you're willing to buy that specific stock or ETF on. And finally, a stop order is basically when you go ahead and set a target price. So basically, once the stock hits that specific price, the stake will automatically go ahead and complete that transaction. But for most of you guys who want to purchase a stock at that specific moment, go ahead and click on market order. As you guys can see over here, I've got currently $748 available. So let's just say I want to buy $500 worth of VO. So let's just put 500 over here. Price would be at market. And as you guys can see, this order would expire at the end of this day, and it will show you the estimated shares which I will get after this transaction is completed. So in this case, I would be getting 1.1585 worth of VO shares. So one great feature about stake is that you can actually go ahead and purchase fractional shares, just like what I'm doing right now. So 1.15 of it. And finally, you go ahead and click on review. As you guys can see, this confirmation comes up for my buy order. This basically shows you the order type at market, the amount of which I'm purchasing. It shows you the price and it shows you the brokerage fee. As you guys can see with stake, there is no brokerage fee. That's right, $0. And then finally shows you the estimated shares which I will be receiving, which again comes up to 1.15. And finally, go ahead and click on buy. Perfect. And as you guys can see, my order has been placed. So this order would actually be executed once the market opens up. So for now, let's just go ahead and click on done. Okay, perfect. So as you guys can see now, my available balance has gone down now to $248 only. Now let's just go ahead and click on portfolio. Okay, perfect. So as you guys can see now, we're currently on the dashboard for my stake account. As you guys can see, Wall Street is currently closed as shown by this red light over here. And this basically shows you when the Wall Street will be opening up next. So this basically means Wall Street will be opening up in next 24 hours in 2 minutes and 32 seconds. So that's why, the order which you put in hasn't been, processed yet, and it's coming under pending orders. And if you scroll down over here, And as you guys can see, the order which we placed is coming up under pending orders. So over here, so this VOO. What this basically means that at our end, we don't need to do anything anymore. We just wait for markets to open up, and that's when this order will automatically be processed. And after your pending order goes through, it will show up under your holdings over here. So this is quite a normal thing that, your orders showing up under pending orders. This is quite common for us here in Australia, as we purchase stock when Wall Street is closed, and Wall Street only opens up at midnight, which is at 12:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, and it is open till like 6 a.m. So that's basically the time when we are asleep. So don't worry guys, if your order is coming up under pending orders, as soon as the market opens up in the morning, your order will go through, and then you'll officially be owning that specific stock or ETF. And now I will be showing you guys how to buy shares using the Stake Mobile application. Okay, perfect. So as you guys can see, now we're currently on the home page on the Stake application. So the first thing which we need to do now to actually go ahead and purchase a stock is go ahead and click on search option over here. And then you type in the stock which you want to purchase. So let's just say in this case, I want to buy some Tesla stock. As you can see, I'm on to this home page for Tesla stock. And over here, again, it shows you the graphs for Tesla stock, which you guys can actually go ahead and play around with depending on different time frames. And when you scroll down, you're brought to this different stats, which basically shows you all the numbers, which I've explained earlier in the video. And then also have the news option, quite similar to the website. And finally, it also has analyst ratings, financials, which you guys can access with Stake Black. So in this case, if you want to buy this Tesla stock, we go ahead and click on buy. As you guys can see, there are different order types which you guys can choose from. So let's just say we want to go ahead and click on market order. And over here, now let's just put in the amount of Tesla stock which you want to purchase. So as you guys can see, currently we've got $248 available. So let's just say we're going to buy $200 worth of Tesla stock. Then you go ahead and click on price. It says end market. And finally, it shows you the number of shares which you'll be getting. So in this case, with 200 USD, you'll be getting 0.1792 Tesla shares. So now let's just go ahead and click on review buy. And perfect. As you guys can see, you're brought to this confirmation screen, which basically shows your order details. So in this case, all of the details are correct. So now let's just go ahead and execute this order by clicking on submit. And as you can see, Stake will do its own magic. Perfect. So as you guys can see, we have gone ahead and successfully placed this order. Well, that was it. I hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, go smash that like button. Comment down below if you have any questions or any concerns. I would be replying to each and every single one of you. And finally, go hit the red subscribe button if you want to learn more about entrepreneurship, investing, and personal finance. Until then, take care and I'll see you in the next one.